Welcome all to Nana's Tarot and Oracles. I am the Nana, and Nana loves you. This channel is your home for comfort and contemplation, hope and inspiration to relax and rest and renew. Using the Tarot and Oracles is a way to tap into your intuition and subconscious mind. The readings here are general in nature and cannot take the place of any professional advice. All readings are dedicated to truth and light. If you like what you hear, please hit the like button and subscribe with all notifications. Yesterday, July 21st, Venus moved into Virgo, which moved our feelings out of the arena of watery Cancer and into Virgo, prompting us to show feelings in acts of purpose and service. Today, Thursday, July the 22nd, begins Leo season. Beautiful, positive, outgoing, creative, outspoken, free-spirited, passionate, fiery, basking in the sun. I have selected today a card from the Divine Feminine Oracle showing Sekhmet. Sekhmet, the Red Lady. Sekhmet is an Egyptian goddess, and what it says at the bottom here is, I am pure strength. I humor my anger by giving voice to it. So Leo season will be a time to speak your mind. And let's see what the book has to say about Sekhmet. This oracle, of course, is The Divine Feminine by Megan Watterson, and the artwork is done by Lisbeth Cheever-Gesseman. And here is the reading about Sekhmet, the Red Lady. Who she is. Sekhmet represents the sacred rage that keeps us protected and reminds the world of the pure strength of female power. Sekhmet is an Egyptian warrior goddess depicted with the head of a lioness and the body of a woman. The lion was considered the fiercest hunter in Egypt and a sign of protection. She is the daughter of the sun god Ra. The red solar disk that she wears indicates that she is a solar deity. She is known as the powerful and the Red Lady, she who mauls, and the one before whom evil trembles. When your soul selects her card, holy rage, sacred anger, and positive aggression, these states of being are crucial aspects of the Divine Feminine. It's the female power that ends wars, brings home missing children, that seeks justice for the earth and for those who can't defend themselves. When we call this card, the meditation that we are encouraged to entertain is, where can I create loving boundaries in my life? And the intention, again, as voiced on the card, I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Sekhmet is the sacred call to move that anger from pure emotion into conscious action. She wants us to act with conviction and from love. She wants us to create the healthy boundaries we need so we aren't injured again and again, or so that we can free ourselves from destructive patterns it's time to end. Indeed, full moons are about endings and completions, and the time to reassess, release, and let go, to surrender and transform and heal. Tomorrow, Friday, July the 23rd, and into July the 24th, we will have a dazzling and fiery red, as in the Red Lady, full moon in the visionary, creative, independent, intelligent sign of Aquarius. Now, the dazzling full moon may appear red. As many of you may know, we are having massive wildfires out west that have been making our skies hazy, making our sunsets beautiful, and will likely make this moon appear red. It is a good time to remember that the full moon is the result of alignment of the moon, earth, and sun. And the moon does not shine, really. It reflects, reminding us. With the right alignment, everything you want makes its way into your experience. You are the keeper of your own gate. That is a quote from Esther Hicks. Astronomer Lorna Bevan says the high Uranian vibe of the next 4 weeks is going to feel like celestial acupuncture, amped up by 2 Aquarian full moons, tomorrow and August 22nd. That's very unusual. And both are in Aquarius. That's very unusual. And she says that there will be lightning bolts of new information, new insight, and constant reality checks. It's time to wake up. Now, what do the tarot and oracles have to say about these influences, transits, and aspects? I have a special spread for today that was suggested in a template. I have shuffled these cards already, but we will cut them. And then proceed with our reading. The first card asks the question, what is my unique contribution? What is your unique contribution to the world? The Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles indicates someone who has begun a new enterprise, has planted seeds, has watered, has cultivated. Now the seeds are growing and flourishing, and it is time to be watchful and wait for results. The next card is, how can we let go of past issues or habits that may not be serving us? And the card that comes up is the Emperor, number 4. The Emperor is associated with Aries. The number 4 is associated with stability. And the Emperor really relates to authority and to discipline, and specifically calls for us to examine and see if we need to be self-disciplined. And so, again, as we have to be patient and wait for the full fruit of our efforts, we need to be disciplined in our approaches, and we also need to listen to authority. The next card is, how can we nurture our friends and our allies and help them. And another 4. We get the 4 of Pentacles again. So we've got 2 cards with Pentacles now, 2 cards with 4, which stands for stability. So even though we have planted seeds and are waiting for full fruit of our efforts here, this card is showing us that we have resources and that we are secure. Now, some of us may be concerned about whether we can hang on to our resources. And the other thing is that we may be somewhat stuck with our resources. But again, this is something that is a reassuring card and a good portent. The next card is, what does personal freedom look like to me? And the card that comes up is again another 4. This time, though, it is the 4 of Cups. And many people look at this card and feel as though it must surely mean something negative, but in fact, what it indicates is that you have choices in life. This character in the card is looking at 3 full cups and is looking somewhat unhappy with the choices that are on offer here. Now, in the meantime, what may or may not be outside of his view is that there is another cup here that is being offered, and that resembles the Ace of Cups, which always is a good sign of being offered new opportunities, particularly in the areas of emotions and feelings. Many people have been dealing with a lot of change, especially over the last year. Many have felt perhaps that their resources were threatened. Many have felt that their choices were limited according to the conditions that we've been under. What this card is saying now is that you have choices, and you have some time to think about those choices and to make the best choices for you. And that actually is a high degree of personal freedom now. So keep a hopeful heart and make sure that you are not failing to look around and see what all of your choices are and what they may have to do with. And again, these choices may be related to feelings. Sometimes we have a lot of feelings to deal with, but we need to remember that everything that happens in life is not in our control. But what is in our control is how we shape and frame our feelings about it and how we respond to it. Now, the final card. What do I need to do to support my visions and my goals? And look at this. Now we have the 2 of Cups. And what does that indicate? Well, the 2 of Cups is another card, and all 2s are in the area of choices. And at the same time, this 2 in particular indicates choices about who we will associate with and the benefits of those associations. It's also very interesting to me, considering that we are beginning Leo season, that we have the lion's head with wings here. We also have what appears to be a caduceus. The caduceus is traditionally the sign of health care or medical care. This, again, could be related to the healing qualities of this particular full moon. All in all, this looks to me to be a very propitious reading. But let's just see if we can get a card to confirm. Oh, now this is very interesting, because now what we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card where someone has looked at all of their choices and found that they are not really satisfying. And this is the card of a person who is making choices to turn and to go on a spiritual quest. Now, this person has a benevolent moon, and this person has a red cloak, the color of victory. And so I suspect that this person may well find what they are looking for. But again, these are all indicators of situations having to do with feelings, choices, and relationships. Let's see if we can get one more card to clarify the Eight of Cups. And here that card is the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card about balance, about healing, and about transformation. So once again, this is an indication that everything is going to go all right. This is an indication, one of the other meanings of temperance is alchemy. And the angel in temperance, this is major arcana, so it is not a suited card, but the angel has two cups and is pouring liquid between the two cups. This may signify the transformation of things that are of a baser nature into things that are of a higher nature. Temperance is also a card for rituals, for, as we can see, the character here has 1 foot on the land and 1 foot on the ground. This may indicate grounding, but it may also indicate cleansing. So this may be an opportunity for us to take these situations which may have been less than satisfactory and transform them into something that is divine and reflective of a higher spirit. Oh, what an interesting reading. And now I have the Sacred Rebels deck. And I have shuffled this in advance. You can see I have small hands and these cards are just huge. So once again, I will cut the cards and then let us see what card comes forth. Bring it into form. This is a very interesting card. This card shows, again, a person who is stepping out into what appears to be water. Very similar to the Temperance card, you may notice. Let's see what the book has to say about this card. Bring it into form. That is number 41. Number 41, bring it into form. Beautiful dreamer, you can imagine wonderful worlds of light. You can dream up so many possibilities. Now is the time to bring those possibilities of light into the world, into the season of light, the season of the sun. They need to be more than ideas. They need to live, to manifest. The world needs not only your dreams, beautiful as they are, but also your creations. Get thee to thy desk, thy easel, thy computer. Work, beautiful dreamer. Don't just dream. Create. You're being asked to honor yourself with a commitment to complete your inspired tasks. This will help you to grow, and that is a wonderful reason to commit. But there is another reason, too. You know that your inspired ideas are worth translating into practical forms. Remember when I talked about transforming? I think that is related to that, so that other people can access them and experience something special too. Now, the healing process associated with this card, bring it into form. Again, I would say that this might relate to cleansing, purification, transformation from baser concerns to higher spirit. It says, relax and follow your breathing as it flows in and out in your own time. Imagine, sense, or perceive that there is a beautiful light sparkling, twinkling like a shining star. Now that's interesting because, and it didn't come up today, but the card for Aquarius, and remember the full moon is in the sign of Aquarius. The card for Aquarius is the star. And the star is the card, again, that shows the woman kneeling, and she is pouring water into water and pouring water on land, and has a glorious array of stars over her head and also on her brow. Very similar to that. So imagine this light is within the center of your heart. What color does it feel like? What energy does it have? What feeling or emotion does it have? When you feel that that light has spread out and reached down through your extremities, your hands and feet, say the following: I am energized and empowered to bring my ideas to life. I release any fear that they won't live up to the perfection of my ideas or fantasies. I give them permission to become what they want to be in service to life. In releasing these ideas into form, I open up to receive new ideas and inspirations. I am helped with this process through unconditional love for the greater good. So be it. And I hope that this reading has contributed to the highest and best good of any who hear it. That's all for today. Remember, if you like what you hear, please hit the like button and subscribe and indicate that you want to receive all notifications. And if you will leave a comment, if this reading has meant anything special to you, Nana would really like to hear about it, because always remember, always, that Nana loves you. Have a wonderful weekend.